Hey guys, it's me, Drew. Welcome back to my channel. I am literally surrounded by candles. I feel like every month I say this. I don't know how I burned through so many candles since the last video. I have just been burning candles like crazy. We are finally in the best time of year, fall, and fall fragrances are truly the best fragrances. And I have been powering through the candles. I literally have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28 candles that I have finished burning since my last video that I am going to share with you my thoughts. I have everything from HomeWorx, Woodwick, Yankee, Kringle, Caramel Sundays, 1820 House. Yeah, and when. I have candles from all over, all different price ranges. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, let's start with what I only have one candle from, and that is When by Chaz. I have talked about When candles a ton on my channel. I really like them. They are soy, coconut, and paraffin blend wax candles. When is When by Chaz. Hair care line. They mainly sell on QVC. He has his own website. He has salons in New York. I've been, great time. And he has some really phenomenal 3-wick candles. They are on the pricey side. They retail for $75, but a lot of the times they'll do a buy one, get one, or half off the website, 40% off. There's always different sales running on the When website or QVC. And that is when I pick them up. And this is in Pumpkin Pecan Latte. I actually have this in the cleansing conditioner, and it smells so great. It's not overly coffee. It's more of a creamy, deep, warm pumpkin. You get like the nutmeg and the clove and all of that. And it's funny. I personally think that the When cleansing conditioner has a unique like base to it, like the formula itself. And I feel like every single one of the candles has that base smell in it as well. And I totally get that in here. They burn super clean all the way down. They're not colored. They are just white candles. They're more short and shallow. They're 22 ounces, made in the USA. I actually really like these as candy dishes too. Pop this wax out, put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer, pop the wax out, clean the jar, and then reuse it, which is probably what I'll do with this. Really, really love his candles. They burn well. It had a great strength and throw. I burned this entire candle in my bedroom, and every time I walked in there, it just smelled warm, comforting, cozy, all of the things that you want a candle to do. I really like it. The next is from my friends over at 1820 Co. They are a locally handmade candle brand in East Palestine, Ohio. And this is in the fragrance of Vanilla Vinyl. Now, she uses 100% plant-based wax. As you see, her candles burn all the way down. Super, super clean. And this fragrance was just like a smoked vanilla. I don't know, there was something about it that the second I smelled it, I knew I had to have it. I love her jars. I love Melissa, the owner. It is just such a great candle company. I have been friends with her for years and years and years. I remember buying from her as a little local vendor at a craft show, and I've been following her forever. Her branding is great. Her fragrances are great. Highly recommend her candles, and they always burn down flawlessly. Now, the next one is also from 1820. This is her Love is Love candle. Now, her son is gay, and she creates a candle that goes towards like the Trevor Project every year for Pride. So I've had this for quite a while. Now, the one thing about her candles is the glue dots that she uses. If you burn them in a hurricane for too long, they do separate. So this was totally on me. I just let the candle burn way, way, way too long, which is how this happened. I could just pop this out, but honestly, I have so many candles, it's fine. This was like a smooth, like coconut fragrance. It was like a sweet, woody coconut. Definitely not for this time of year, but I wanted to burn it and move it out of my collection and onto something new. Her brand isn't one that I have tons of in my backup stash, but I always like to have a handful to burn during the season. Like I'll place an order with her for fall and get a couple like fall classics, a couple Christmas classics. Always love supporting her, and it's always great to support small business. All right, now moving on to Woodwick. I finished one of the Ellipse Woodwicks in Antiquarium. I believe that's how it's pronounced. This is the Ellipse, like the football-shaped Woodwick. I am obsessed with this fragrance. I also burned this entire candle in my bedroom. It's very masculine, a little bit smoky and warm, but it has that aquatic note to it. One of the employees actually told me it reminds them of like lipstick, like a fragrant lipstick. And I can totally see that, like a grandma's lipstick, you know, a quintessential, I think it's like, what, violet and orris is like the base of like old original like lipstick formulas. And it smelled so good. It was so just fresh, clean, like I said, a little bit masculine, aquatic. And I love these long Woodwick candles when they burn. The only thing about Woodwick is they do leave this crazy residue on the side, but it does perform all the way down. And I like the crackle, especially in the fall time. I also finished, this one was a hot mess. This was a Woodwick trilogy. It was vanilla bean, caramel, and biscotti. It was the the regular hourglass jar, but see, that leaves so much residue. And I have learned, as much as I love the look of these, if I'm gonna buy Woodwick, I'm gonna stick with this shape. For one, they burn quick, which I know isn't like the best for people. I like it because I always burn through candles and I always want to move on to the next one and experience new fragrances. So I like these for that reason, that I can just burn it down and move on to the next fragrance. But I find that with the Woodwicks in this shape, with the plus wicks, once you get about to here, they just really have a hard time burning all the way down. I ended up wrapping this candle in aluminum foil and sticking it in a hurricane in order to get this to burn all the way down, which obviously is not ideal. And it really didn't have any strength and throw. I honestly just burned this for an ambiance candle, and then I just burned it just to finish it up. So it's like a smoked vanilla. Obviously, the vanilla bean at the top mixed with the caramel, then the biscotti. As they blend down, you're going to get a different experience. It was just like a fine gourmand, not my favorite. My favorite fall gourmand from Woodwick is pumpkin praline. I absolutely love pumpkin praline. All right, let's move on to caramel sundaes. I actually don't have a ton from caramel sundaes that I finished up since the last video, but I did finish my 40 ounce of Dad's Blueberry Cobbler. This was phenomenal. Like, blueberry is not a fragrance note that when I look at a website or I go to a store, I'm like, blueberry, like run, I have to smell that. Where Palo Santo, like even vanilla, pumpkin, like those I always want to smell. But blueberry is just not a note that I ever gravitate towards. I'm so glad I picked this up. If you like blueberry cheesecake from Scentsy, it had that like really cream forward blueberry fragrance. This reminds me a lot of that. Obviously done way better. And this Woodwick performed, as always with caramel sundaes, perfect all the way down. It performed flawlessly. I burned this on my coffee table the whole time, and this literally filled my living room, my dining room, my kitchen, my bathroom, my laundry room. Going into my office, this was a powerhouse. I didn't have to have any other candles lit in my apartment. This Woodwick penetrated every nook and cranny. It smelled just like the most rich, creamy blueberry cobbler, like delicious, not overly cinnamon or bakery, just flawless. Definitely want this to come back. I will totally burn another one of those. Speaking of another one that I will burn again, cinnamon apple donut. I actually have this in the hand soap as well in my kitchen right now. And every time I wash my hands in the kitchen, I'm reminiscent of how great I loved this candle. Now, I typically burn the 2 wicks in my bedroom to start to see how they perform. If they're like knock me out of the house, I'll put it in my open concept. This was so strong. This 2 wick filled up my whole bedroom into my office, so I moved it into my living room. Now, obviously, it did not perform as strong as the Dad's Blueberry Cobbler in my living room, but I could still smell it when I was watching TV at night and I had this lit. This smells like a rich vanilla crumbly donut with apple juice. This is such a fruity juice donut versus like a cooked apple pie filling almost donut. This was so good. I am totally getting this in the big size next fall when they restock this. I hope they restock it. Sierra, if you're watching, I need some cinnamon apple donut in the 22 ounce back in my life because it was phenomenal. Then the last caramel sundaes that I did was pistachio cranberry. I burned this whole candle in my bedroom, and this was so good. I love their pistachio. It's creamy, it's nutty, it's sweet, it's like it has just a little bit of that roasted nut. And then I am a sucker for cranberry in the fall. I love all things cranberry, fruity, tart, sweet, anything like that. And this fragrance in my bedroom was everything I wanted. It had the sweet tartness from the cranberry, the warm nuttiness from the pistachio blended together. It was just so calming, so comforting, soothing. It was really, really great. Love this. Would also pick this up in a 40 ounce during the next restock because I am obsessed. Moving on, let's do a Yankee Candle. I finished 3 Yankee Candles this last month. I finished Sugared Cinnamon Apple. Now you will see there's actually quite a bit left, but like I did with the 1820 candle, I was burning this in a hurricane, and unfortunately the wicks shifted way too much. So I actually stuck this under a candle lamp to get all the scent out of it. Yeah, there's literally no scent left in this. This was mediocre. This was fine. This was just like a sweet cinnamon apple. Really nothing to compare to. And it's so funny. Like, if you do compare the cinnamon apple donut to the sugared cinnamon apple, like, these are like night and day different candles. Like, this smells like a mellowed, like, watered down cinnamon apple fragrance. And this is like you went to the bakery and got a fresh donut. Like, obviously there's not a donut note in here, but it just shows like the difference in the caramel sundaes fragrance blends versus like a Yankee like run-of-the-mill store-bought candle. Now, I still like Yankee Candle, don't get me wrong, but there's just so much more depth in that candle that when I burned this, it was just super mediocre. And like I said, I had this in the candle lamp almost as background. My candle lamp is in my kitchen, so I sort of like a scent that's not overwhelmingly strong, just something that's like soothing and creamy and comforting in the background, which is what this did. Did not burn that well. So, like I said, under the lamp it went. I finished Rustling Rain. This was actually my free jar that I got when they did the free candle promotion, and it burned all the way down flawlessly. Great. I like this. This was like a sandalwood emphasis on vanilla type of woody fragrance, if that makes any sense. Really creamy, really soft. Yeah, I liked it. I knew that this wasn't going to be a strong performer, so I did burn this whole thing in my office. And every time I walked in there, I was like, oh, that does smell good. Like, it just smelled like a creamy, comforting, like soothing, perfumey, vanilla type of fragrance. I wouldn't repurchase it, but it was nice to have and burn through. Now, this, on the other hand, Moonlit Woods, I adored this. This was phenomenal. This really came alive when you burned it. It sort of has like a saffron-y pink pepper type of vibe to it. A little bit perfumey. Has like a little bit of a sparkling note to it. It is so good. Like, every time I burn this, and I burned this whole thing in my bedroom, every time I walked into the bedroom, I was like, oh wait, this is actually really, really good. Like, I can't get over how like fresh and clean it smelled, but like a fall fresh and clean. I know these are on sale right now. I would pick up another one of these. It was just very unique, very sexy and sensual. Yeah, this was beautiful. I really liked it. And I think the color was absolutely beautiful as well. All right, moving on to Kringle Candle. I have a couple from Kringle. The first one, this is going to be a controversial opinion. I loved Velvet Fig. Now, I think I talked about this. I knew everybody said this candle was super, super light. Like, every review I saw said this candle was light, said it like barely performed or anything like that. So I knew that I get good luck with candles in my bedroom. And I was like, I'm going to burn it in my bedroom. I burned this entire candle in my bedroom, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's this unique, creamy, perfumey sweet fig. Okay, for one, I am a fig stan. I love eating figs, smelling figs, wearing fig fragrances. Like anything about a fig, I love. That's a fragrance note I'm gravitated towards. And this is fig, sweet cognac, creamy amber, tonka, and woody. This was phenomenal. It was so strong in my bedroom, and I know people said that this was basically unscented. So I didn't want to risk wasting this because I was obsessed. I am going to order it in a 4-wick. I am going to put it in my bigger space to see. But if it doesn't perform, it's just going to go back in my bedroom. I love this. Love it, 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 love it. I can't get enough of it, and I know a lot of people didn't feel that way, and I'm not just saying that because I'm an ambassador. I'm just saying it because I really loved the fragrance. It performed well for me in my small bedroom with the door closed, but I wanted to experience the fragrance. I loved it, so I knew I wasn't going to be happy with it in my living room, but I'm going to be happy with it in my bedroom. That's what I did. So if you burn Velvet Fig, did you have a terrible experience too? Or did you burn it like me in a small space and get great luck out of it? Speaking of great luck, pumpkin waffles. Why is this not in a 4-wick yet? Like, I don't understand. I only want to buy the Kringle 4-wicks from now on going forward. I think they're beautiful. They're big. They're busty. They burn so well, so strong. But this was great. I love pumpkin waffles. This has a lot of scent notes. Pumpkin spice, toasted waffles, brown sugar, cinnamon, maple syrup, creamy butter, warm woods accord, and amber vanilla accord. This smells like pumpkin pecan waffles from Bath & Body Works, just done a hell of a lot better. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's pumpkin-y, it's gourmand, it's sticky sweet, but it doesn't get burnt. It burns the entire way down flawlessly. Never discolors, never smells burned, anything. You know how I feel about the Kringle 100% soy wax formula. I love soy wax. I love the way it performs in my home. And this is a repurchase. I'm just holding on to hoping, fingers crossed, that they come out with that in a 4-wick because I would love to see it like that. This I got in 2023. Never burned it, but I know my friend Katie raves about it. This is the Great Pumpkin from the Reserve line. Oh, I loved. This was great. It was 2 wicks. This is more of like an earthy pumpkin, but not overly spicy. Like this was purely a decadent, rich pumpkin fragrance. I burned this in my living room. I actually had a couple different pumpkin candles you'll see burning with it. And it was just pumpkin heaven. Like it started to slowly get cooler here at night. So I pulled this out and I knew it was the perfect time to burn the candle. And boy, was I happy that I did. Everything about it was great. It was strong. A little bit like earthy, like almost if you went pumpkin carving and you're like sticking your hand in the pumpkin, which is so gross to me. But it performed so well as all the Kringle 2-wick candles do, or all the Kringles do in general. Love the Reserve line. I'm slowly working through, as you can see, the Halloween candles. I have so many Kringle candles that I need to work on burning through. So I am doing that. Now, the rest of the candles are actually HomeWorx candles. Listen, I know I cannot believe that I have been burning HomeWorx candles like crazy, like literally crazy. I mean, I have 14 HomeWorx candles to share with you guys, like crazy. Never thought I would ever see the day that I was burning them. So we will start with probably my favorite out of the whole batch. There's 2. Harvest Leaves. Okay, I've talked about this before. I do not like these 3 wicks. I do not. I will say it once, I'll say it 100 times. I'm really a fan of the Elton John collection candles. I just wish they were in the 4 wicks. I do not understand why Harry is making the 3 wicks. It doesn't make sense to me. These do not perform that well in my living room or open concept. I have to burn a 4-wick in there, so I reserve the 3 wicks only for my bedroom. Luckily, like, I can just you know, have some willpower and not buy anymore. I have like 4 or 5 more in my collection, and then I'm done. I'm not buying any more 3 wicks. I don't care. I just don't like the way that they perform. I just like something stronger. And I also, I know this is so annoying, but like, I don't like that it's a different size, and storing them on my shelf, it's just way easier to store all the same size. I know that's crazy, but it's true. Anyway, all these 3 wicks I got from TJ Maxx Marshall's Home Goods. So we have Harvest Leaves, Spice Pumpkin, Mandarin, Cranberry, Fir Balsam, and Applewood. I mean, I love Harvest Leaves. I got this in the Reed diffuser. I have this in another size that I'll show you. But I think these are so fun. Like these chic red lids with this sticker. I think it's so pretty. And Harvest Leaves is just a quintessential fall fragrance. Like, it is rich, it is sweet. You get the pumpkin, you get the cranberry, you get a little bit of that citrus. You do smell the fir balsam, which typically I'm not a fan of tree fragrances, but blended in with all the other notes. And the applewood, this is just like a signature HomeWorx candle fragrance. I absolutely love it. We'll repurchase this year after year. After not having it for a couple years, it was exciting to have it again. I also finished in the 50-ounce 4-wick Luxe Candle Harvest Leaves. And this also burned great. So what I did, I burned this in my dining room, and I burned this in my living room, so that way I could get like the ultimate Harvest Leaves experience. After this video, this sucker is going right into my freezer, popping out the wax. I'm cleaning out this jar, and I am going to reuse this because it is simply beautiful. This will also be a beautiful vessel for Christmas because of the bright red and the saturated color that is in the glass. That's not just painted. These are beautiful. This 50-ounce vessel was beautiful, burned all the way down. And you know how I feel about a big honkin' candle. I absolutely love it. Love the way they perform. Next, let's talk about, okay, so I have in the Clarendon glass plaid jar, hot cider donut. Oh my gosh. I have this in the Reed diffuser. I have this in the hand soap, which I am obsessed with, the HomeWorx hand soap. I actually have a big deal haul to share with you. I purchased a couple sets of the big deals, so I now have a lot of soap to last me probably the next 5 years. Anyway, hot cider donut, perfection. Do I only have, yeah, I thought I had a 4-wick and hot cider donut too, but I guess I don't. This is so great. This is harvest apple, cinnamon sugar, vanilla bean, and spiced cider. Sure, don't read any of that. It smells like a hot cider donut. Like, this, to me, is the best HomeWorx candle. I love it. It smells just like a donut, fresh from the cider mill or the bakery, in the brown paper bag. The grease is at the bottom of the bag. You're eating it. You're smelling it. My cat is obsessed as well. It is just beautiful. It's such a great strength and throw. I have it in the body wash, like I said, the hand soap, the plug-in, the diffuser, and every version of it smells the same. It's strong. It's incredible. And I also have it, which I finished, in the 80-ounce Luxe size. So, just for comparison, let's see how I can do this. This is the 50-ounce, and this is the 80-ounce. Okay, so you can see here, and then one is 4 wicks, and let me see, one is 5 wicks. Can you put the one inside the other? Oh, a little bit. It doesn't fully go in there, but you can see they are bigger. And I actually bought white birch in the 150-ounce. So I cannot wait to burn that this Christmas. But this also performed so well for me. I burned this in my dining room the entire way down. Also going to clean out this vessel and repurpose this jar. I mean, look at this. This is simply stunning. It's beautiful. It performs so well all the way down. Obviously, there's some wick clips in here because I just let it self-extinguish itself. But I love HomeWorx Hot Cider Donut. I don't know anybody who doesn't. It's one of his best fragrances, in my opinion. Then I actually got both of these at like a TJ Maxx. Autumn Pumpkin in the 3-wick and in the 4-wick. Autumn Pumpkin is a signature HomeWorx fragrance. I burned both of them completely down. Oh, this is great. This is also, it gives me great pumpkin from Kringle vibes because it's pumpkin, orange, cardamom, cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg. Basic, but in the best way. It's like that sweet pumpkin, not overly spicy, but does have some of the warm spice in it. Oh, so great. Again, performed all the way down. Great fragrance. And here's what I think I love. I'm actually going to show you. I typically don't do the like burning, like what I'm burning now videos, but I have so many HomeWorx pedestals from years ago. And I have from the auto delivery, like there is something about like on a coffee table with this pedestal, with this 4-wick candle burning in your coffee table. It's beautiful. And I actually have the Valerie Parr Hill Flocked Pumpkins, which the gold stems match the gold pedestal perfect. Watching TV at night with this big 4-wick centerpiece candle burning. That's why I love the Caramel Sundays 4-wicks too, because it's just like a centerpiece candle. Like, it's beautiful. I love the fragrances. The burns have been really good. I am definitely back on the HomeWorx train. All right, speaking of on the HomeWorx train, cranberry pumpkin cake. This is nostalgic fragrance that I loved years ago. I'm actually burning the second 3-wick that I got at TJ Maxx in my bedroom now. I love. This is cranberry pumpkin, nutmeg, and ginger. It doesn't mention anything about cake on the notes, but it is cranberry pumpkin cake. I wish this was in a 4-wick, but I will say in my bedroom, this 3-wick performs so well. It's really strong, just performs well. It smells like a rich, like cranberry pumpkin bundt cake. If you love gourmands, Harry does gourmands so well. I think the packaging on this was beautiful. Yeah, it performed so well for me. Very excited about that one. The rest, I'll be honest, okay, they were all fine, and I'll explain. The first one I got was deep dish apple pie and the 4-wick as well. Gooey apple nectar, cinnamon, vanilla, and pie crust. I think because hot cider donut is such a great gourmand, this just like let me down. It wasn't overly strong, but it didn't smell like a true apple pie to me. Like, I smell the apple, I smell the vanilla, the cinnamon, like all the elements are there. But I feel like the pie crust isn't there. I know that they say that it's like an authentic apple pie, but I'm just missing that element of the pie crust, I guess. I don't know. It's just not my favorite. It performed fine. It just smelled like a cinnamon apple. Again, I was burning this one while I had the cinnamon sugared apple burning from Yankee or lamping from Yankee in the background, just to sort of give me a little bit of that background fragrance. So not, super, super impressed with that one. So this next one I got in a duo from QVC. This is Midnight Leaves. It sounded super unique on the presentation and from the description. Mahogany wood, fallen leaves, juicy apple, and cinnamon. I burned 2 of them. I burned both of them. And actually what I did was I was like just in my bedroom burning these. After 4 hours, I extinguished this one, lit this one. After 4 hours, switched back to this one, and I just constantly let it burn, essentially, until they both finished. Obviously not at night and when I wasn't home, but when I was, just to finish them up. It was okay. It's no harvest leaves, that's for sure. I don't know what I was expecting from this. It does have a masculine note to it, like that mahogany, but I almost feel like it's not complete. It's like it's missing something. The mahogany wood, fallen leaves, juicy apple, and cinnamon. Yeah, I don't know if there needed to be like some pumpkin in there or Palo Santo or something to give it a little bit of an element of warmth, because I feel like you have the apple, but it's more like a raw apple. It's not really cooked. You have a little bit of that mahogany, but again, it's not super like groundbreaking or unique. I don't know. I think Palo Santo pumpkin from HomeWorx is so great. I was expecting this, even though it's not Palo Santo or pumpkin, to be in that same vein. Like, oh, is this going to be one that I'm just going to fall in love with? And I didn't, essentially, like I did with Palo Santo pumpkin. So, not for me. The next are Halloween. I did 2 of the Spooky Spider Cider, and this is orange zest, spiced golden pear, pressed green apples, and sugared ginger. These guys, it's nice. It's a green apple cider, which is interesting. They both burned down all the way fine. I haven't really had any burn issues with any of these HomeWorx candles, so very excited about the burns on them. Yeah, I like the note of the pear. I don't get much ginger, which I'm excited about because I do not like ginger in fragrance. Ginger just comes across way too, like, back of my throat. I don't like to eat ginger candies or smell ginger, anything like that. So I was happy I didn't smell that. It almost smells like an apple butter versus an apple cider to me. It almost has like a little bit more of like a pureed element to it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything to write home about, and I was happy I finished them. So it was fine. Now the last one, I actually was pleasantly surprised by these. Mummy Marshmallow. I got these for a great deal. Notes of whipped frosting, candy corn, vanilla fluff, and tonka bean. They both burned all the way down. You actually get the candy corn in here, which I think is interesting. And it smells like authentic candy corn. Like, you truly get that, like, waxy, vanilla-coated candy element to it. You get the sweet vanilla frosting. You get all the elements of it. And actually, I burned one in my dining room and one in my living room together. And at night, when the flames were down and, like, the mummy hand and the headstone and all of that were lit, it was really, really fun. It just was like a marshmallow fluff, like vanilla fragrance. Like, it wasn't anything groundbreaking or earth-shattering, but it was enjoyable. Like, I enjoyed it. Would I repurchase it? No. Am I happy I had them? Sure. I finished them. I got them at a great deal, and they were great. It just, if they're like, Drew, hot cider donut, mummy marshmallow, hot cider donut. Spooky Spider Cider, Mummy Marshmallow. Honestly, I don't know. Autumn Pumpkin or this, Harvest Leaves or this. You know what I mean? This just would never win in a favorites contest, essentially. But it was fine, and it did perform really well for a vanilla-based fragrance, which I was excited about. Wow. Okay. A half an hour of Empties. You don't know how excited I am, not only to have filmed this video, but to be able to recycle all of these jars. Like, I get to put these all in the recycle bin, and my bin can breathe again, and it's just gonna get filled up. So let me know, what have you finished? What are you loving? Are you on the HomeWorx train again, like me? How about Yankee Candle? Did you guys get anything from the Caramel Sundays restock? I don't know if this video is gonna be uploaded before the restock or after, but we'll discuss that. I definitely plan on placing a big order. So it's their first Christmas restock. Can't believe we're already talking about Christmas, but it is already halfway through October. So choo-choo, the Christmas train is on its way to us. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you're alerted every time I upload a video here on YouTube. Make it a better world and be kind. Bye, guys.